What are we going to do today, Jack?
Same thing we do every day, Ralph. Whatever we want.
Shouldn't we go and look for that conch?
Oh, you know that's not in this particular version of the Lord of the Flies. Don't worry about it. Let's just do whatever we like.
Hello and welcome to another episode of TrekHammer, where we're talking about every single episode of Star Trek from the start to the latest episodes. And today we're talking about the Star Trek original series episode, Miri. So this episode, as the skit at the start suggested, it's very much Lord of the Flies. I don't know whether it's a version of Lord of the Flies or it just has a lot of the same beats, but either way, we've got a load of kids trying to create a society, and it's not really working too well, is it? So they're running out of food fast because they have been eating all the supplies that this colony had, well, colony society essentially, had for a long time, but they don't realise that because they've never had to think about it. So the Star Trek crew come down and immediately it's quite interesting. It looks like the aftermath of like a neutron bomb or something. These structures are still there. They're decaying because it's been a long time, but the structures are still there. But the people don't seem to be. And then all of a sudden we start seeing people, and it's like a guy who's got lots of problems with his face because essentially he's scabbing over as if his entire body has just been reacted to by itself. So the implication that you get from that is, oh, is this the aftermath of a nuclear war? Turns out no, but given the 60s and the height of the Cold War, that is exactly what I think the writer is expecting you to believe. Turns out the society has been trying to create a fountain of youth, essentially. And it's kind of worked, although not entirely. They've been able to extend the life of the children, so they're like 300 years old, which leads to a very ridiculous joke at the end. Oh my goodness. Captain Kirk goes to Janice Rand. I don't get involved with older women. It's like, dude, no, no, because the implications, you're talking about someone who was in the body of a child. No, the fact that she's turns out to be 300 should not be the part of that. That puts you off. And I get the joke, but my goodness, the implication is just wrong. So on so many levels. But anyway, so they've managed to extend the life of the kids, but at the cost that when you get to adulthood, the thing that's been extending your life starts to attack you, and very, very quickly you go crazy because it's eating your brain, and then you get all these marks all over your skin because it's eating your skin as well. It's not a pleasant condition. But everyone's got the problem because all of the crew that have beamed down, they're having the same issues, and Kirk does the exact right thing. Under no circumstances should anyone else from the Enterprise beam down. Under no circumstances. You can talk to them via the communicator, you can get all of the information you need from the Enterprise's computers and work on an antidote that way, but you cannot beam down and you cannot beam up. Very, very good choice. These days, however, there's a bit of an issue there because the communicator should, like our phones, be able to contact the Enterprise and do all the calculations without them having to be read out over the phone. That doesn't work in the modern day. Like, dude, the thing in your hand is a frickin' computer. But, you know, these things you have to just deal with. It's 60s sci-fi. You're going to have some incongruities there. It's just how it is. But because they need the communicators, and even if you were using modern style technology where the phone is a computer and could do all the calculations, it wouldn't change the plot because the kids decide to steal the communicators to try and cut off the power base of the adults, essentially. So it would still be the same plot. You'd still have to get those things back. So either way, it doesn't really matter. But the way it works is actually quite interesting. We've got one person from the kids group who is a bit more rational, a bit more adult. And that becomes a plot point because she is a bit more adult. She's becoming old enough that the virus is going to kill her. But because she's old enough, her brain is starting to mature and she's starting to think a bit more rationally. And then you have the other guy who is also about old enough that the virus is going to start killing him soon too, but he hasn't matured He's still hanging out with the younger kids, still playing games, and enjoying the fact that essentially they look up to him as leader. He's enjoying the power. So we have the Lord of the Flies problem. We have Ralph, who is helping Kirk and them, and we have Jack, who is interested in being the leader. The two don't work very well together, but they do come together at the end when, as is often in these cases, emotion takes over reason. So Ralph goes and joins Jack, essentially. It was actually a really well done plot, and I liked the way that unrequited love pushes someone to do something stupid and against their own wishes, but rationality still wins out in the end, even over the irrational group. Kirk does his usual thing of, if you don't let me help you, you will die. He puts his point across. He does it in a very emotional way, but to be honest with you, it's more likely to work than Picard's more rational version, because he's talking to emotional people. He's talking to them on their level, in a way that they can understand. You've eaten all the food. You're going to starve. You're going to die if you don't let me help you. Terms that they can understand. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay, you're here to help. You're not like the ones that we knew, the ones that were bad, the ones that hurt us. Of course they hurt you. The brains were going because of the virus. And at first you don't know that, but then as it builds up and he starts talking, you saw what happened to your friend. They went crazy. They started to try to hurt you. I'm not like that. Look at me. I'm trying to help. I'm talking to you as people. I'm not trying to hurt you. It was really well done, but touch and go for a minute when he's starting to get attacked. And at that point, it's like, oof, bit horror thing there, bit Children of the Corn. Very nicely done. Overall, this is an excellent episode. It's a really good character piece. And it shows the rational side of Kirk, the rational side of Spock, the rational side of McCoy as well, to a certain extent. And then right at the end, the irrational side, like, if I don't test this, we're all going to die. So I'll test it on me, because either way, I'm going to die if this doesn't work, or if I don't try it. So what have I got to lose? It tries the vaccine, it works. Of course it works. Like miracle cure right at the end. Of course it's going to work. But the way he did it, it's like, I literally have nothing to lose. You can't stop me because I've sent you out the room for something. Do it. Really, really nicely done. That's proper McCoy. Can you tell I really like this episode? I am going to give this an absolute warp factor 9.5. It is that good. So guys, let me know what you thought of this. Is this one of your personal favourites? Because I didn't expect it to be one of mine, but I think it's now in my personal favourites list. Because, yeah, it's pretty damn good. But I'd love to hear what you think about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, please do like, comment and subscribe, all that jazz, because it really does help a little channel like this to keep going amongst the mass of the YouTube algorithms forces. Did I put that across enough? We really do need your help. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson. You've been watching TrekHammer Quick Reviews. Live long and prosper. I'll see you next time. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey 82, Mo Henry, and George Bortorini. Thank you so much, guys.